Hello, fellow warriors against consensus reality. Lovers of truth, wisdom, gnosis, the pursuit of higher levels of irreverence and sarcasm, and taking the piss out of stupidity, lies, and Abrahamic gobshites everywhere. I have to say, Myth Vision podcast is the cure for my depression. He had a rabbi on today, and of course, me being me, I was the pagan troll that I am, and I mean, I can't not be right when I'm presented with such stupidity. I have to use this material. And sharing little nuggets of truth in the live chat as while I was at it. And of course, this whole thing, I will get into it, but this whole thing sort of reminded me of, in a way, as a continuation of my of the theory I shared in my video yesterday. I know, here's me doing another video. Wow. Namely that the whole Christ myth, Christianity, the church, were purposely created mechanisms of increasing control and fear-mongering and all the rest of it. Blah, 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 right? Now, in the current environment that we're finding ourselves today, the cancer, the destructive, the culture-destroying and creativity-destroying cancer that we deal with every day is another form of Marxism. Deconstructive Marxism. Right? The whole, whose child is called the woke movement. All right? So you need to realize someone somewhere is having a good old laugh at our expense. Because you notice, and there was a video by The Critical Drinker. The man's a fucking legend. Check out his video if you're into film reviews, pop culture, etc., etc., amusing videos. Check the man's channel out. He had a video which covers some of this nicely, titled, "Why Do Movies Suck Today?" Well, in a nutshell, the reason is the deconstructive Marxism, which is purposely destroyed to destroy the all-important and very powerful archetypes that men and women connect with and use to grow and reach high levels of human excellence. Which was, the human excellence was the whole point and the gift of the ancient Olympics. It wasn't to make corporations rich like it is today. And it's an insult that the flame which originates in Olympia is used for the modern corporate Olympics. It's a fucking insult. Cultural appropriation. On behalf of my ancestors, I take the Olympic Games and so many other things back, including film, television, theatre, and a whole long list of things. Okay? Thanks. Oh, and by the way, Abrahamic gobshites, we'll take your holy books back too, because that's based on not only ours, but, well, I'll just say this, on ancient paganism. On behalf of my ancestors, on behalf of the Egyptians, on behalf of the Persians and the Babylonians and all the rest of these people, I take back our spoon-fed paganism. Thanks. And I'm pretty sure the Babylonians would love to take back the book of Genesis that you stole wholeheartedly from the Gilgamesh, but I'll get into that in a moment, for fuck's sake. But this deconstructionist Marxism, yeah, it does destroy everything in its path. All our beloved film franchises are destroyed. Long-running TV shows like Star Trek, Doctor Who, all the rest of that, they're destroyed. They're gone. All we have is the DVDs of our beloved old series and old film franchises. I will watch the 6 real Star Wars films and ignore everything else that came afterwards. Yeah, including Clone Wars. That was kind of silly. Including that silly Clone Wars film, which basically was a pilot for the silly TV series. I know. Yes, I know it was George Lucas involved with that idiot Dave Filoni, but no thanks. Quite stupid, especially when everyone has a good wank over Ahsoka. Ooh, what a great character, Ahsoka, and then suddenly she just fuck off, bitches! I'm trying to do a video. And of course, when Episode 4, i.e. 1977, the real film comes along. No Ahsoka, no mention of Ahsoka, and nothing, right? To the point where you've only got the idea that Obi-Wan Kenobi is the only one that existed for a while. Okay? So yeah, no thank you. I will continue to enjoy the real Star Wars films, and ignore everything else. And fuck you, Disney. And fuck your greedy price hike too for Disney Plus, going from $90 annual Australian to $130 for increasingly woke garbage. And I'm proud to say that I discontinued my subscription a while ago. But I digress. So the vehicle, this whole concept of this totalitarian tiptoe that I love that phrase so much. Yeah, David Icke was the one that came up with that. It's funny about him. They're not laughing about him so much anymore. But yeah, this whole idea of totalitarian control, like fewer people controlling more, that also includes Orwellian areas like thought and truth and culture and imagination, because, quote unquote, they know the true power of imagination. Any kind of spiritual tradition, esoteric tradition, philosophical tradition, worth its salt, of any description or any expression whatsoever, will come to the same conclusion. All the mystics for thousands upon thousands of years from all over the world will all say the same thing. The key and the power to unlock the door to true power and high levels of attainment of consciousness is imagination is the key. And so by purposely creating the woke movement, they purposely destroy important devices designed to empower humanity. All humanity, in all its different expressions and shapes and sizes and skin tones and shades of skin and geographical locations and cultures and traditions and all those other wonderful differences that we need to celebrate and not shit upon. We're not all the same, we're different. And that's to be celebrated. But there's a method to their madness. There really is. And the more you look into this thing, as I said the other day, the more research you do, the more you start to discover the truth. The more you realize, oh fuck, this is interconnected. This is all-encompassing. This goes back a very long time. And yes, it does. Which is why they're in the process of de-Hellenizing everything, because my glorious ancestors were the champions of individuality and celebrating and elevating humanity and focusing on allowing everyone to engage in and enjoy and express human excellence, which they're trying to destroy now, and they have for a very long fucking time. Why do you think, quote unquote, they champion atheism so much? And you have some of these totally clueless gobshites who think that they smugly show the badge of, "Oh, I'm an atheist," as if that's some kind of wonderful, "Oh, well." Well, I'm sorry, but first of all, can you stop stealing our Hellenic concepts of like logique, right? Okay, logic, we'll take that back, thanks. It's not what you think it is. Socrates, Plato, they were not dry atheist academics that you've turned them into. No, they were very spiritual men, and you need to accept that. It was all interconnected. There was no little pigeonholing traditions in episteme, right? Yes, I'll use my original Hellenic words for this. Right? There was no art, spirituality, religion, all of it was all interconnected as it should be. It wasn't the so-called, until the so-called Enlightenment, that all these things were suddenly pigeonholed and paved the way for the mindless 5 cents materialists and brain-dead atheists to come along and think that they're intelligent and logical and blah, 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 blah. You have no fucking idea. Don't get me started on Richard Dogma Dawkins. Fuck. But it's all interconnected. All right? And when you start to realize the truth of what has been done to poor, long-suffering humanity, I really feel for the human race. I really fucking do. Which is why I do these videos. Because the truth in some small way needs to come out. Yes, I'm talking to you, Freemasons. It's not yours to keep very close to your chest away from everybody else. No. You're just being insecure little gobshites. Oh, and stop cherry-picking our hallowed ancient traditions and putting them together into some kind of weird Frankenstein's monster conglomerations of called Freemasonry, alright? Fuck off. Don't get me started. Freemasonry and Madame Blavatsky. Oh, Theosophists. For fuck's sake. But, I digress. Yeah, I will mention the little podcast because it's bless them, you know, the three main traditions, the three forms of Abrahamic gobshites. Bless them, they really don't know any better. They really think that their pathetic little writings came from their all-knowing, all-powerful, foreskin-loving God. Okay, I'm not joking. And yeah, there was a rabbi on the Myth Vision podcast today, and I had fun with that. And typical, you know, serious, whatever, no sense of humor whatsoever. And of course, me being me, I was the Loki of the live chat and spread some truth in the process. I've got it to their credit. 2 or 3 guys got it, and 2 or 3 guys were also sharing the truth. So kudos. You're fucking legends. But for the most part, when I was listening to this discussion, whatever, I'm thinking, wow, you people really have no fucking idea. And so, with the ultimate aim of sharing the truth for the benefit of all sentient beings and humanity and all the rest of it, because, well, fuck, someone has to, especially now. I've actually started doing my in-depth research. I bought 2 books from Book Depository. The most hallowed, blessed organisation in the history of the world, seriously. You can buy any book and not pay any postage and handling, which living in this totalitarian nightmare called Australia is a miracle in itself. But, and so I started my research the other day, reading The Pagan Christ by Thomas Harpur. Hell of a writer, hell of a book. Along with the Jesus Mysteries and Jesus and the Goddess, the Timothy Freak and Peter Gandy books. Good reading. Those 3 books, fucking legendary. Can't go wrong. And of course, for a little bit of polemic brilliance, the Christ Conspiracy by Akaria S. Yeah, good reading. Yeah, like I said, one or two little things wrong, like trying to bring in Buddha as the one of the god men whose birthday was apparently on the 25th of December, which it most certainly wasn't. So, one or two little things, that obvious things like that. But other than that, it's a good solid read. But listening to this podcast, I realise how totally clueless these people are. Especially, it amuses me to know when they try to do this Jewish origins of Christianity. No, can you say paganism, hand-fed paganism, right? Even your so-called your precious Torah and Talmud, or whatever the fuck they call that silly book. Can you say? I'm sure the descendants of the Babylonians would love to claim the book of Genesis back in the name of Hammurabi and the ancient Babylonians, from whom you stole wholesale, right? Can you say Gilgamesh? So let me see. Did your foreskin-loving God look over the shoulder of the ancient Babylonians and took crib notes of the Gilgamesh? Right? Is that how the book of Genesis was written? Oh, and let's not forget the quote unquote ancient Jews were polytheists. Oh dear. Oh no, did you steal wholesale from us, from the Egyptians, from the Persians and the Babylonians? Oh dear, how naughty. And the original, the indigenous Canaanite, polytheistic Canaanites? Oh dear, what shall you do? But I digress. I think I'll leave my little educational rant there. As I said, I will continue doing my in-depth research. Hell, I might even eventually get a book out of it. We'll see. I might call it the Christ and Christianity Have Pagan DNA, something like that. We'll see. See how we go with the research, shall we, in the next 2 or 3 years? Yeah, but yeah, I will get into more of these kind of videos. Hell, I might even get into what is this? What is this whole thing about Christ consciousness anyway? I'll give you a little tidbit. Christ consciousness is nothing but, as I said before, it's exactly the same as Krishna consciousness, which came first. So to my Indian mates, yeah, no worry, I haven't forgotten you. And Buddha nature, which also came first. Nothing but fancy, interesting words for saying the higher self, i.e. the infinite awareness inhabiting our current meat bag, which we can actually access and use anytime we fucking choose to. Yes, we have all the power, and that's the whole point. That's what my hallowed ancestors were trying to teach everybody. We have the power. That's what human excellence is really all about. Accessing, using, and sharing that wonderful power every single one of us fucking has. Alright? That's what it's all about. I'll leave it there. For you guys commenting, you're fucking legends. Jim McIntosh and you kind of guys, you're fucking hilarious. Some of your comments really make me chuckle when I really need it, so you're fucking legends. Oh, and thanks Jim McIntosh for reminding me that it was actually Horus and Osiris. Well, I suppose I need to do some kind of in-depth research of Egyptian mythology. Fuck, I don't want to, but hey, the things we do to share the truth. Anyway, just remember, folks, to speak the truth is a lonely path. The amused, sarcastic lone wolf on guitar, out.